Next thing, what keeps you consistent when you don't have motivation? Y'all, um, I kind of have a confession to make. You know how I'm all about self improvement and you know, mental health and motivation, consistency, like inspirational stuff, all these things, I'm associating myself with, right? And it's really not it's really not me. I've been faking it this whole time, and you know, I've been lying about all the stuff I've been saying in the videos. I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm playing. But there is some truth. What keeps you consistent when you don't have motivation, guys? Honestly, people think, I feel like there's some people out there that think like I'm hella consistent and hella disciplined and hella on point and hella got my shit together. Man, I'm just like y'all, bro. I ain't got shit together, bro. Like, I'm just like one of y'all trying to figure it out, man. But in all seriousness, there are times where there are moments and stretches of time, which honestly I can say is right now that I'm not as consistent on what I need to be doing. I'm not as disciplined on the things I need to be doing. And I don't have like the motivation to have that discipline, to have that consistency going. It's hard sometimes, man. Like, guys, it's life, man. Like, you're not always gonna feel like doing something. You're not always gonna, like, even the shit you love doing the most. Sometimes you want to just stay the farthest away from it as possible. And you don't want to be around it for whatever reason. That's just how our brains work. That's just how we are as humans. You don't want to do shit sometimes. And, that's okay. But in terms of this question, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you consistent when you don't have motivation? When I was consistent on stuff, I'll tell y'all this, man. I'll break it down like this. And I can break it down for a longer period of time since we're on the podcast now. I've broke it down in videos before, but briefly. With motivation is an emotion at the end of the day. It's how you feel, right? Oh, I feel motivated. Motivation is an emotion, right? Happy is an emotion, right? Angry is an emotion, right? Um, Somber is an emotion, right? Sorrow is an emotion. Excited is an emotion. When you feel one of those emotions, do you always feel it? When you feel sad, are you always sad? I'm assuming you said no. So it's the same thing with motivation. Are you always going to be motivated? The answer is no. So how can I say stay consistent on the things I'm doing if I'm not always motivated? Because you're not always going to be motivated. That's just the fact of the matter. Which means that if you're relying on solely motivation to be consistent, consistency doesn't exist with you. You see what I'm saying? So, in order to garner that consistency, to gain that traction, to get the ball rolling with consistency and whatever you're doing in life, it comes from discipline. And where does discipline come from? Because discipline is not an emotion. Discipline's a lifestyle. Discipline comes from a lifestyle. Discipline comes from the things you're doing on a daily basis, which frame your mindset in a certain way to where you're able to do things on a consistent basis, whether you want to do it or not. Whether you want to do it or not, you're still going to do it because you tell yourself you have to do it. Because you have these things in place. That's where the discipline comes in. You setting up your lifestyle in a way to where you can be as consistent as possible. And that comes with discipline. You can always be disciplined. Now, you can always be disciplined. That's possible. You can't always be motivated. That's not possible. With discipline, you are able to be consistent because you are able to be consistent as long as you're setting up your lifestyle in a way for you to ramp up to be consistent. I hope that makes sense. This summer I was reading, it was Atomic Habits I was reading by James Clear, if I'm not mistaken. Probably the second or third best self-improvement book I've read. I'll probably talk about books on the podcast too. Why not? Atomic Habits is probably the second best self-improvement book I've read after Think and Grow Rich. And with Atomic Habits, the way to build those habits, habits are consistent things that you do. So to build those consistent things that you do, there's a portion in there that talked about changing up your lifestyle, changing the cues around you, the triggers around you. So, for instance, in the summer, while I was reading Atomic Habits, I changed my lifestyle. This is what I used to do. I used to get up, wash my face and everything, and I would have videos to work on. I would have YouTube videos to work on for my sports page, right? I had things I had to do. I would get up, do what I had to do, go to the living room, sit on the couch, and this was in the summer, in the morning. I would wake up, wash my face, probably eat, sit on the couch. It's morning, but the blinds are shut, the curtains are closed, and it's dark with some light shining through. I would lay down on the couch, just scroll through Instagram, scroll through Snapchat, scroll through Twitter, whatever, YouTube. And I knew I had to get stuff done, but I wasn't getting it done because I was distracted by social media. I was laying down on the couch, so it was easy to fall back asleep at that moment in time. So some days I fell back asleep. Not because I was tired, because my body was telling me I'm tired because I'm laying down and I probably haven't had a blanket on me. So I'd fall back asleep and then wake up and be like, damn, like I haven't got shit done yet. And mind y'all, the morning is the most important part of the day. And I haven't got nothing done yet. So what I had to change was, as soon as I got up in the morning, open the blinds. Before I even sat down on the couch, open the blinds so I can get that light in to wake up my mental. I had to put the blanket out of sight and out of mind so I won't be tempted to lie down and go back to sleep. I would have to delete social media the night before, so when I wake up, social media won't be on my phone. That way I can just solely work on the videos I had to work on in the morning. So I had no other choice but to work on the stuff in the morning. So I deleted all those cues, all those triggers for distractions. And I was able to focus, and I was able to be more productive, got a lot more stuff done. So that's how you stay consistent when you don't have motivation. It's being disciplined, and being disciplined comes with changing your lifestyle, changing your habits. changing the cues around you. I need to find the word. It's something cues, I think, but change the cues, those triggers around you that are going to bring in distractions.